now, keeping Killenaule out in their first attack.
And from a commentary point of view, worryingly here, there's no actual clock. There is a clock over there, but it's saying 12:01, just letting us know Matt has just started, I suppose. It's not helping us there with the referee or letting us know how long it's gone in this game. So we'll try and get our own clock going here, but we're going to restart with a free out there coming all the way from back there in their own full back line, and we're going to get going again in a second. And here we are, we've gone down and it's gone straight out of play. And just not great use to the ball there from either team, I suppose. Maybe both teams are slightly nervous. Takes a few minutes to get into it.
Yeah, there's a nice crowd here. There's a bit of an edge at the start of this game. There's a fierce, strong wind blowing right into us here in the stand, which obviously affected as well. A lot of the play, I'd say, in this game now would be on this side of the field due to that wind we have. But a nervous start by both teams.
Killenaule take the side in there, goes decent connection, but well cut out there by Colm Guilfoyle. Colm Guilfoyle gets onto that, gives it back as far as Barneville. Barneville plays it down the line. Barneville, he's looking inside there. He was looking for Fahy. Fahy was out in front, but it was well cleared away. She's out into their car park there. I hope they've got good insurance here. That could have smacked any number of cars as they went out over the sideline.
Route 1 defending, all right, yeah.
I'm going to restart with a line ball as the ball eventually makes its way back over the sideline. So we're going to get going now with a Gortnahoe Glengoole sideline ball from around the middle of the field there. Still no score in this game with about 2 minutes or so gone.
Yeah, just from a position, you can see John O'Dwyer now kind of operating more at 11 as opposed to he was named the wing forward, but he's obviously got into operator 11, so he'll be hoping to find space now in this field to pop over a few scores from our midfield area.
And we're going again now, the ball left inside there towards Gino Connor. Towards Maher. Maher is out in front, leaves it back outside, neither a shot coming in there, a shot from downtown out by the wing. He looks composed, he looks calm as he puts that one over. And it looks like it was Gerard Fahy, I think, who put that over the bar.
Yeah, I think 5 Brian Maher for Gortnahoe actually, yeah, so that's his second chance. He seems to be fairly confident going forward anyway, like, yeah.
And we're off, and the ball is pucked down there. Again, Killenaule aren't weighing around. They're taking all their puck outs very quickly, and the ball is gone to ground there. Hard to tell who's actually got it. The referee has given a free to Killenaule.
Yeah, Bubbles foul there, so I'd say he should maybe fancy this himself. Or number...
Yeah, I think that Bubbles is stepping over that. He's a long way out. He has the breeze at his back. Oh, he decides to leave it actually. Are they saying he needs to go inside? And
Kieran O'Dwyer seems to be taking this free, like, yeah. So with the wind, yeah, if there's any bit of a wind, maybe it's blowing down that way. So Killenaule do seem to have a slight advantage with the wind in this first half. So this should be in range now for Kieran.
And they probably need to win. We said before a draw or better would do them, but a win is a win. So they'd probably, and as we said on paper, they'd probably be expected to win potentially. Gortnahoe only came up from intermediate last year, so not a lot was expected of them, but they're doing absolutely brilliantly and have almost guaranteed themselves a spot in the knockout stages. But here we go now. It looks like it's going to be O'Dwyer to take this one. Got the breeze at his back. Here comes O'Dwyer. Lets that one in. He looks like he's going for the score directly. He's not trying to drop this in or anywhere. The umpires have a long look at that, and that's over the bar. A good score from O'Dwyer and a confident looking free.
Yeah, and obviously Gortnahoe now will have to be careful. The fact that any free now within kind of 90 or 100 yards is going to be scoreable from a Killenaule point of view with that wind behind their back.
Puck down now long over the 265. Who's going up for that? 2 or 3 players just pulled in the air. It's well picked up there. Eventually it's a Gortnahoe man who has it. Here comes Tian again. Tian's been dangerous from the start. He was falling over as he hit that. Wasn't as composed as he would like to be, and it falls straight into Gleason's hand, and he clears it out for Killenaule. Now who's onto it over there? It looks like it's Barneville. Barneville lays that inside as far as Moore. Moore has it in a bit of space, tries to feed it. Brilliantly worked. Owen O'Connell was in on top of him, just closed down the space and made sure that ball did not go past him. Now we're on the ground fighting, hassling and harrying. Still no one in full possession of it just yet. Over there now in favour of it. Oh, Bubbles was trying to get away there. He was impeded on the ball. Goes out of play for a sideline. Bubbles is trying to make his way into this game.
Yeah, you see a few chances from Gortnahoe after dropping short. You can see the wind probably really causing to affect Rowan there with a second ball after dropping short. So they're going to have to make sure now when they are shooting they actually get full distance on those strikes.
Barneville now on the far side of the field for Gortnahoe with this line ball. Taking his time with this one. He's going into the breeze, as we say. If he goes high with this, it probably won't go too far, so he'll be looking to get a decent connection. He does get a decent connection, goes down the sideline door. Darren Maher, is he out in front? He's not. It looks like it's Killenaule man who comes away with it. Barton out of the defence. The referee says that's fine though. Plays it outside, tried to go as far as O'Dwyer, the man who just scored a few minutes ago, but he's lost it to Maher now. Maher looks around, decides to go inside. Good pass inside to Maher. Adrian Maher this time with the shot, but it bounces agonisingly wide, and maybe he should have left it in.
Yeah, there's a couple of chances now because they seem to be on top here in the middle of the field, but those last 3 or 4 shots now haven't gone their way, which could cost them in the long term.
Quickly pucked out there, and Killenaule are onto this one brilliantly. It's their number 19, Mark Stakelum. Stakelum, the referee, lets that go on. The crowd didn't like that. There's a tackle around the neck. Stakelum does well. He was agile, he was alert. He got out to that ball and won himself a free.
Yeah, probably maybe got away with a few extra steps there, but full use advantage. And you'd say now after Kieran's first strike in the first three, this should be no problem from distance wise anyway. So it's a similar enough distance to the first three, so this should be no problem for Kieran coming out to take this.
A point apiece here in this one, and it's, yes, as we said, O'Dwyer coming out to take this one. He scored from a similar enough distance. This one is probably slightly easier angle wise. He's just drying up the hurley now. There was nearly a monsoon load of rain here about 15 minutes before throw, and it's completely dried up now, and the top side will probably be slightly greasy, and who knows where the ball will actually end up, but it hasn't affected the game just yet anyway, as long as they keep that Hurley drive for the free taker. And here he goes with this one, O'Dwyer. Wind at his back. Steadies up this one, going through his process. Gets a nice low connection on that. Is going to have the distance. Yes, it has. Good score from him, and he's looked pretty good so far.
Yeah, he's 2 frees now, a fairly confident striker. Yeah, so as we said earlier in the game, like Gortnahoe are going to have to be really careful with the amount of frees they're giving away, because they're going to be punished. Anything within 90 yards, it looks like it's the score in this first half.
Timmy Dunn now with the puck out, going down to the far side of the field, dropping this one on top of a couple of players. Again, 4 or 5 players go for it, but it's won by Jack Moore. Jack Moore has it, lays it out outside. As far as Fahy drops it, but gets it the second time and lays it out. There's plenty of support back there, working over and back, and here comes the man who come in, Shea Butler, who started instead of Cleary. Here comes Butler, he's driving through, he's loads of space, still going forward up to the centre forward position, tries to feed that on. He had more time and space, maybe he could have taken the shot himself. Now the ball puck way down back here. The Killenuale forwards really haven't got into the game just yet. That is brilliantly taken, plucked out of the air. Absolutely fantastic take by Dean O'Connor, and he win himself a free.
Yeah, great play there, and took the pressure off when you move forward, they can win their own ball and win their own free. That it takes huge pressure off the backs. Gortnahoe probably overplaying it a bit, a couple of short passes there in the middle of the field, and a few of the scoring chances they haven't taken. So they have started well, but they're not getting the score on the boards. They still only scored a point, which is for the amount of ball they have. It's probably a great return considered to Killenuale only had the few attacks, and this is going to be their third point of the game.
Absolutely. Here comes O'Dwyer, Kieran O'Dwyer. We expect him to score as he has 2 already. This one is inside the 45 or so. Oh, it looks like he got behind. He got a lovely bend on that. When it left his hurley, he looked to be heading right, but curled back in left at the very end. And again, as we keep saying, he's striking them very well today. 3 for him now from 3 frees. Good start, and we're off again here with Timmy Dunn in the goal. Going well over the 65. It's dropping down there. Who's up for that? A couple of hands go. It drops to the ground. And no one has picked up possession, but it's Killenaule now. Start to come away, left that inside there by Stakelum. Stakelum leaves it inside, well taken, well out in front. Is there a chance of a shot? The shot is coming in over the shoulder, well taken in from Kieran Borgen. Kieran Borgen, does he get? Yes, it does. The crowd weren't sure about that. The umpire wasn't sure. Eventually puts up the white flag. Good start for Borgen.
Yeah, as I said, he's going to be a threat inside that foot forward line for Gortnahoe. And a messy puck out there now for Gortnahoe, so they really have to put themselves under pressure now in this first quarter.
Yeah, Killenaule's bit of experience maybe is starting to tell at the moment. 4 points to 1 up, and as you said, Gortnahoe just had the chances. They're just not converting them at the moment.
Yeah, like throughout the Killenaule team, there is a good few lads who've played county, so they are going to have a bit of class throughout the team. Obviously, John there, centre forward, and Kieran obviously played with Tipp for good few years as well. So they are going to have a bit of class on the field when they need it.
And if just joined us late, Paddy Feehan, who we would have expected to start at centre forward, the man with plenty county experience in both hurling and football, didn't start. Now his brother Jimmy did start, so that makes up for that lack of experience, as he's just as experienced, but it was a bit of a loss. But Killenaule aren't feeling it just yet, and here comes O'Dwyer. He scored 3 frees already. Here comes this sideline ball. We've seen some great sideline balls in this championship so far, and that one looks like it's just gone to the right and wide. Muted response here from the crowd letting us know that one went to the right and wide. He was probably right to try it though, he wasn't too far away.
Yeah, I'd say he'll probably have a few more pops. He looks like he's well capable of putting them over the bar. So another short puck out going to skew here for Gortnahoe, and it's cost them now. They've tried a few ones now short and they've backfired, so I'd say this next one now is going to be gone route 1.
They got out of jail there as that shot went to the right and wide in the end, but here we go now with Timmy Dunn with the puck out again. Yeah, as James predicted, he goes very long. He drops it down over the 65. Again, it's not cleanly won, but it's going to drop to a Gortnahoe man. He gets it, he slips, just loses foot in there at the very last minute. Did Maher? He tried to give a no-look pass, but it looks like it's going to be intercepted by Stakelum. But Gortnahoe are fighting hard. In fairness, you can see why they have a 100% record coming into this game. They may be just up from intermediate, but are not being intimidated here today. They're fighting for everything, and they did well there. Initially, they made the mistake, but they managed to work it back and get the ball back again.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with the start by Maher as well. He obviously got the first score from him. He's got on a good few breaking balls there, so they'll be looking for him to do a lot of work now around the middle of the field.
And Guilfoyle leaves that down into the corner now. A dangerous one. Who's going to be out in front of that? It's gone straight at the right idea, but just too much on that at that
yeah,
puck.
sometimes with the skiddy surface, those frees are very hard because obviously it's going to bounce out, so you're maybe direct. You're probably better off going direct and just lob it into the square if you're going for a long free.
And so we're going to have another line ball here, it looks like, as we can see there's plenty of men down the sideline there, almost blocking our view of it nearly, but there's plenty of them down there. Is it going to be a free in or out? Again, our view is slightly obscure, but it's going to be a Killenaule line ball, and they're going to take that. Oh, the ref didn't like, he saw something. Not sure what that was about.
There's a bit of prodding going on, I think.
So there's going to be a bit of a talk until he's trying to get this sorted good and early in this game. Now it doesn't want any messing
Jack
going on.
is getting to know the corner forward fairly well, so I said the ref is just giving a bit of a word. So
he's still chatting, is he? He hasn't.
There's something.
And there's a man down, the Gortnahoe man down as well up here at the other end of the field. So there's plenty going on here. The referee needs eyes in the back of his head to keep an eye on everything. Another maybe off the ball incident again. We didn't see, we were following the ball, but we'll
Yeah,
as yet we're stopped.
Just probably reflect on the first 5 or 10 minutes now. Yeah, both teams probably be happy enough. Gortnahoe had a lot of ball there in the first 5 minutes, but yeah, as you said, didn't really make much use of it. And obviously Killenuale then got a few scores. They seem to be a lot more efficient with the start. Obviously the left sideline they're gone wide, but yeah, Gortnahoe won't be able to give Killenuale much chances throughout the game because they do seem fairly sharp today.
And it looks like we're nearly going to get going here again. 4 points to 1 in this one. 3 of them coming from O'Dwyer from Killenaule, all from frees, and the other one coming from Kieran Bergen for them. And Garrod Fahy is the only man yet to score for Gortnahoe Glengoole, last year's intermediate champions. Of course, they're in the Junior B final as well, the 2020 Junior B final that took place there in around, I suppose, was it May or June? They lost that to Cashel King Cormac's. But here we go again. The ball is pucked in, it slips off the top surface. Who's onto that now? It looks like Stakelin was trying to get a hurley in there. He doesn't get it, and it's Gortnahoe who come away with this. Carol Campion did very well there. Rode a tackle, got himself a free, high tackle around the neck, and it's going to be a free in. And probably a scoreable one. Yeah,
we see him again there. He's a name we've mentioned a good few times now in his first 10 minutes. At Brian Maher from Gortnahoe. He's having a great start to the game. Obviously, he's won 2 or 3 frees here, but this is a big free for all now, just settling orders again in this game.
And the breeze is actually swirling a little bit now. It's changed there. It's gone back again now. So he's shooting this one into the breeze. He's actually just checking it as we mention it. He's central enough. The breeze may be a factor. The distance shouldn't be. Here we go. T and yet to score in the game. The team's vice captain, or joint captain I should say, he's put that one over. Good score for him, good start for him. He needs to get into the game maybe a small bit more.
Yeah, they'll be looking for more from play, yeah, but that was a good strike now against the breeze.
And Killenaule are going again here, but it's well read out, well cut out there by Jack Moore. Jack Moore has it now and he's right forward into a bit of space. Lets that one low down inside. It seems to beat everyone, but who's going to get onto that? Who's inside there for that? Shea Butler is trying to get onto that. Is Butler going to get to it? Hard to see again. Butler is out there, but the ball has gone out of play. It's gone out for a sideline ball, and it's going to be a line ball to Killenaule.
Yeah, because Littleton field, having played it a few times myself, it's actually a narrow enough field that there isn't that much space in the corner, so you probably are better off going more directed as opposed to trying to use the wings, especially in this field.
So it's going to be another line ball here. It's going to be poked away. We haven't had a score now for a few minutes, so the next score you'd imagine would be pretty decent for which actually we had a free a few minutes. Haven't had a score from play, I should say, for a few minutes now. So the ball is eventually pucked up the line here on the near stand side of the field. Who's on to Gortnahoe, our quickest 3-act. Well done there by Campion. Campion feeds that inside. Gortnahoe hold on to possession, being patient, recycling it back as far as McCarthy. McCarthy looks up and sprays it down to the far side of the field. Again, who's up for it? Hits off someone's helmet there, bounces and ping-ponging all around. About Killenaule come away with it. Looks like Paddy Codd maybe had that, or one of the defenders back there for Killenaule clears that down the field and well taken, brilliantly out in front, brilliantly taken there. And now he's turning, giving it inside, and we're on the attack here, driving forward here. Killenaule, they look dangerous. The shot eventually does come in. The shot is struck. Nice move and good score over the bar.
Yeah, the Killenaule full forward line are causing Gortnahoe massive problems there inside that inside line. The few balls that have gone in, they're causing serious problems. But that was a good score again. The direct ball in for Killenaule seems to be working, especially with that breeze behind their back. It was Kieran Maher got that from
that was it. We're going to give that to which Maher did you say?
Kieran Maher, the free taker, yeah.
Kieran Maher, another good score from him, and we're off again. The ball is dropping in around the edge of it. Where is it now? It's Killenaule have it. Way back to their Joe Dwyer. Joe Dwyer's half block. Probably took slightly too long to take that one. They've worked it back. They still seem to be in control back there through Stakelin. Stakelin now is coming out. Takes his soul. Oh, well hooked there with Ronan Maher. Ronan T did very well back there. Came in a few hooks and just wouldn't let him clear it.
Yeah, and that's big moments of games, and you can start turning over the half back then. And Killenaule, obviously they've won the last few puck outs, so that's a big moment now from Ronan trying to get in that block. He'd probably fancy himself now to try and put this over the bar, even though I'd say he's probably 60-70 yards out on the sideline.
We've seen some great sidelines, I've mentioned a few times. Now he decides to go back and hold on to possession. And Gortnahoe hold on to this, back as far as Barneville. Barneville lets that in again. Who's out in front? It looks like Fahy was trying to come out and take that, but it's gone inside. Now it's Darragh Maher. Darragh Maher's onto this. Darragh Maher's down in the corner though. He tries, an ambitious one. Unfortunately from his point of view, there was no one at all at home, put that very harmlessly across the square. And Killenaule are easily able to come away with this one. That was a chance that, I suppose, maybe slight bit of inexperience at this level maybe came to show there. Brilliantly taken. What a catch back there by Davy Nolan. The crowd loved that one. He comes charging out of the fence. Feed that to Maher. Maher gets the wood too. Nolan is playing very well. What a score this will be. Gives it to T, and T just scored a free a few minutes ago. He shoots to the right and wide. What a score that would have been. Unfortunately, he goes to the right and wide.
Yeah, it's a pity. Obviously, we spoke about the Killenaule before then, but that was a massive play there by Davy Nolan to come out that ball. And it's after setting up another attack.
And it's inside. Oh, we could be in trouble back here. Kieran Bergen is at one-on-one. Bergen's through. Here he goes. He picks it up one-on-one with the goalie. The shot comes in. Well saved by the goalie. The danger isn't cleared just yet. The ball is still there. Goes harmlessly out of play. But that was a quick move, and Kieran Bergen was in there.
Yeah, I think Davy Nolan was still making his way back from the previous play, and obviously Kieran Bergen had spotted the space in behind. But I think the goalie put off a great save there for a finish off Kieran Bergen. But I'd say he needs to go down here for a minute just to take his breath. But that was a big play. Obviously Killenaule took the quick puck out to spot the space after Kieran had come out, after Davy had come out with the last play. But no, Gortnahoe done well there to keep out the goal.
Yeah, he just shows when the full back goes up the field. It looks good, but it might leave holes back at home. And here we go again. The ball bounces, and it's Killenaule who are onto this one. Nice hand pass away. They're cleared out there by Stakelum, and they come away there through Stakelum. The other Stakelum, Tom Stakelum, feeds that in. Well read there, well cut out there. But it looked like it was McCarthy. McCarthy now has it. He comes out, leaves it down again the far side of the field. They're trying to exploit that lovely flick on. It just wasn't read, unfortunately. It just didn't go to its intended target. Brave there by Joe Dwyer. He got in there and won himself a free.
Yeah, and Gortnahoe, they can't seem to break the Killenaule half back line here. Like, yeah, even though the Gortnahoe full back line seem to have come to terms with the Killenaule forwards, but they still can't get the ball past the Killenaule half back line, which is causing them a problem.
And here we go now, restarting with O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer's going to puck that inside. It's dropping dangerously in around the square. Who's onto that? It's puck down. Is it Bergen? Bergen is trying to cause problems back there. Doesn't manage to do enough. Done again. It's McCarthy who's been imperious in the last few minutes, clearing absolutely everything back there from the corner back position. And he clears this all the way up the field. Who's going to get onto that? Looks like Fahy may be onto that, but he's lost it. And Killenaule come back on the attack once again. The ball is up and down the field the whole time. Killenaule have had plenty of possession, but they haven't scored now as much as they would have liked. Well robbed there by Stakelum. Oh, McCarthy does very well. You couldn't really blame him for what he did there. Stakelum also did very well from the other side.
Yeah, no, it was a cute enough foul there. Obviously, if the Killenaule player had got the ball gone through, I think it was Mark Stakelum was obviously going through the goal, so it was a clever enough foul, and they'd be happy enough to give away a point there, considering there was a big goal opportunity on for Killenaule, but this should be a fairly straightforward free for Kieran to put over the bar.
Absolutely. Dwyer, he's got 3 from frees already. He has the wind at his back. You would expect him to get this. He's just getting the Hurley rubbed down again there, but 5 points to 2 in this one. It's still very much in the melting pot. It feels like Killenaule are the more dangerous, but when you look up at the scoreboard, Gortnahoe are still well in this game.
Yeah, Gortnahoe would have to be careful. They don't want a massive. Killenaule do seem to have to win, but they don't want to give Killenaule a massive lead going into half time, or it'll be hard to pull back.
And there we go, there's the free, and I think that's the word on the whistle for the water break. And James, I suppose, trying to sum up the first quarter of it for us.
Yeah, like Gortnahoe were doing a lot of good hurling, but as you said, they seem to be struggling to get past the Killenaule half back line. They tried a few short puckouts there early in the game, which obviously didn't seem to work with conditions in the field the way it is. Those short puckouts are always going to be a bit risky. They had a lot of ball in the first few minutes, but they couldn't really get scores on the board. They're obviously playing against a very strong wind here, which is obviously making it easier for Killenaule to play with the wind. But if they keep going the way they're going, they shouldn't be in a better position at half time.
Gortnahoe only have that one score from play, I suppose, is the worrying thing from their point of view. Gerard Fahy getting that one, but only one from play.
Yeah, and they only have one man inside the full forward end. They're obviously playing kind of a deep enough system. Maybe lads pulling back around the middle of the field, because obviously the midfield area here seems to be quite congested. But that is killing them then, obviously going forward. They have no target man open the full forward line, so it's probably scores that are hard to come by. They're still doing okay. They're thereabouts. Killenaule, this is probably the biggest test Gortnahoe will face. Obviously Killenaule have a lot of, as we said, we spoke about John Dwyer and Kieran Bogan inside the full forward line, and Joe Dwyer there in the half back line. They have a lot of lads who've played with Tipp over the years, so they have an extra bit of class. But there's not much. Gortnahoe should definitely maybe a bit better use to the ball going forward. They've had a few shots, but just obviously against that wind, it's harder to get them over the bar.
I don't know how many times you might have been in a situation like this, but like we know Gortnahoe Glengoole are more or less through to knockout stages. How hard maybe is it to get yourself up for a game, or are you looking at this is senior championship hurling? Should be no bother getting up for a game.
No, yeah, you should, because obviously going into the quarter final of the Irene Cup, then you want to go in momentum, so you want to have won all your games. So yeah, both teams will come here today wanting to win, especially Gortnahoe. They're not long up seniors, so they'll be wanting to win every senior game they can. So no, I think they'll definitely come here to win, and obviously it'll take them this. Gordon will probably have welcomed that break, just maybe get used to maybe playing a team like the standard of Killenaule, so there should be maybe a small few adjustments here from a Gordon point of view that should settle him here for the second period of the first half.
6 points to 2 as we go into the second quarter here of this game. Just keeping an eye out, are we seeing any new numbers there? I don't think so. I don't think there's any changes. Now, we've seen a few times from these water breaks, teams have worked stuff straight off the training ground, straight from these water breaks, where they've pucked it straight down to the half forward and they put it straight over the bar. So we're looking for any tactics they might have worked on in that water break. So we're coming here with the puck out there. It's dropping down around top of Maher. Maher doesn't get onto it, though. He feeds it back as far as Jack Moore. Jack Moore still has it. It's well read there, well cut out by Stakelum, who's been involved in an awful lot today so far for Killenaule. And Killenaule hold on possession up there, trying to hassle and harry, and do they have it? They don't. The ball is still stuck to the ground at the moment, and eventually it's Guilfoyle who comes away with it. Feeds it down as far as Moore. Mack lays that inside, and they still have it. Here come Gortnahoe on the attack. The shots coming in from straight in front of the goals. It looks like Kevin Slattery with his opening score today, and a good move from Gortnahoe.
Yeah, good score. That's what we spoke about at the break there. Gortnahoe needed to maybe take more of the chances they were creating, so that'll settle Mark down now into this game.
Oh, plenty of space up here for Killenaule. Just it wasn't taken initially there, where it could have been maybe there by O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer had a bit of time and space, just couldn't control the ball, and now the ball has gone to ground, and it looks like Gortnahoe are going to do enough to clear this. McCarthy's back there. He's been pretty good so far. He looks like he might have been pushed off the ball there, but Gortnahoe hold on to this. Plenty of bunching back there on the edge of the 21. We'll say Kieran Borgan is trying to get involved now, sticking his backside, sticking Anthony Cannon to that to try and disrupt things, but it goes back there as far as Davy Nolan now. Davy Nolan, who went on that massive run a few minutes ago, gives it back to his goalie Timmy Dunn, and Timmy Dunn then drives that all the way down the field. It's up in the air. Oh, well read there by Ronan T, and Ronan T goes out to the sideline. Let's the dangerous one inside, but it's well read there by Joe Dwyer. Joe Dwyer goes past his man and clears that down to the danger zone again. Who's up for that for Killenaule? No one. It looks like it's Nolan there who's caught the last 3 balls. Gives that out as far as Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle feeds that forward, and Gortnahoe start to build. They're going again here. Drove down the field into the corner, into that hard corner to see. And who's going to get to it? It looks like who's over there is Butler. Butler is out in front of his man. Butler is onto it. Butler there is completely obscured. And he looks like we'll have to take their word for it that he went out over the sideline, so it's going to be a line ball.
Yeah, there's been a few balls they've actually tried to play into this corner, and they've all kind of been sidelines out for Killenaule. So yeah, as we said earlier, they're probably better off maybe going a more direct route. But you could definitely see the Waterbury there has done Gortnahoe massive favours. They've come out now flying in this second quarter of the game. So obviously there was a few words spoken there in that first water break.
Absolutely, and as James said, they'll want to win every game going into the knockout stage. They'll want their confidence to be as high as it can possibly be, and it's going to be a line ball now to Killenaule. We're just going to have to take our word for us, viewers, that the ball is down there and there is someone about to take this line ball. And it's taken and it's driven up the field there. Who's going to be onto that? It looks like Guilfoyle is onto that. Oh, does he get it? He does get it the second time. Great perseverance there from Guilfoyle. He's driving forward. He's up over the 65. Oh, it's well read there. The Killenaule defence just not giving him any time and space there, and he couldn't get the ball away, and his puck down over there. Here comes O'Dwyer, here comes Bubbles. We haven't seen him in the game much, but he's lost that there. Gortnahoe are really trying to close him down, and they did well there, and they're coming out again there. Now who's onto it? It looks like Maher is back there. Oh, a lot of fighting, and Hassan Harry went there. Maher eventually clears that for Killenaule. They're onto this. Bubbles is calling for this over here on the side. Oh, well read, but who has it now? Still Killenaule have it. They're driving out their own defence there. Was Dean O'Connor. Dean O'Connor gave that inside. There's no one at home at all for Killenaule though, and Gortnahoe easily get rid of that one. As far as Kevin Slattery. Slattery gives that. Has he going for it? He looks up. He takes his score. What a score! Kevin Slattery, his second point of the game. James predicted it. What a score!
Yeah, massive play there. Gortnahoe had a few huge turnovers there, so that's a huge score and should drive them on. They're doing it very well. Number 9 for Gortnahoe, Carl Campton, is doing a massive job there on Bubbles' acronyms. So that's a massive score for Gortnahoe.
Puck down again, and Killenaule are onto this reactive quick. Out in front there is Borgan. Borgan feeds a man who's in loads of space. It looks like Dean O'Connor. Dean O'Connor was half blocked though. The danger isn't fully clear. Borgan is working hard. Brilliant flick from Borgan. Doesn't manage to get it. He did very well to disrupt the defender, but didn't manage to pick up the rebound. But now they're onto it again. Here we go. The shot over the shoulder. Over the shoulder. Is it going over the crossbar from Michael Doyle? It just drifts to the left and wide. But they are working hard in there, especially Kieran Borgan.
Yeah, we can see though why Gortnahoe have won their first 2 games since that water break. They've come out of a different team compared to the started. Obviously, maybe it took them a few minutes to adjust. Maybe playing the likes Killenaule, but they've been very impressive for the last 5 minutes since that water break, and obviously they're getting a few more scoring chances that they've taken. That last score there was unbelievable. So yeah, they've really stormed into this game.
And it looks like Brian Maher is down receiving a bit of treatment there for Gortnahoe. Hopefully he'll be alright. Is there down the other end of the field then in the goals? There's a couple of lads just getting to know each other. Nothing too serious down there, and the crowd are nearly going to referee that more than the referee, but they seem to have talked themselves out of it. And we're going again now here through Timmy Dunn. Timmy Dunn again goes, he keeps targeting that, and it's working to some extent. It's hard to know. And again, it hits someone's head there on the helmet, I think, and bounces clear. Who's onto that? It was like Killenaule are going to clear their lines over there with Killian O'Dwyer. Who has it now? Of Gortnahoe turned that over. Looks like they have. They did very well, turn it over and won themselves a free.
Yeah, as Gortnahoe are kind of going more the direct route. It's probably more beneficial. They tried a few short ones in the earlier game, but they weren't working, so they do seem to be getting more of a return off after direct balls. Probably the 2 sharpshooters that we called up before the game are probably quiet. Obviously, John O'Dwyer from a Killenaule point of view, and Ronan then from a Gortnahoe point of view probably have both been quiet from play. But obviously this free now should be fairly straightforward from Ronan. He's quite a good free taker.
He already has one from a free by my count here today. He's standing over this one, the joint captain again. He goes through the same routine as the last time, checking the wind. As we said, the wind does seem to change a small, but this time it's got up and it's going into his face. Still expect him to get this. Goes with a low trajectory and puts it over the crossbar.
Yeah, no, Gortnahoe, as I said, they're playing against a very strong wind here. The wind at the start was kind of blowing into us, but it's going right down the field here from right to left. So Gortnahoe will be very happy with how it's going. They're only a point down here with a couple of minutes left in the first half.
Absolutely, he's come into the game there, Ronan T, with the freeze as well, and Gortnahoe in general, as James mentioned, has really come into this game. Now that one's dropped again. Who's up for that? No, a couple of hands go up for that, a couple of hurleys, misses them all and goes straight out of play. And it's going to be a Gortnahoe line ball back on their own 45. Barneville going to take this one. Eventually he's just going to tee it up for himself. So here comes Barneville now. He's yet to score in this championship, but I suppose he is centre back, so you'd expect that. Gives that down inside. Is it going to be red? Is it going to be cut out? Killenuale do very well. That half back line, we've mentioned him a few times, they've been fairly rock solid throughout. The shot comes, is that a shot or is it a pass? Hard to tell from here. It's from way downtown, but it drifts off to the left and wide. Owen O'Connell with that one, and his inside forwards won't thank him for that.
Yeah, Kieran Morgan has been caught in problems inside of the forward line, so he's probably better off, especially with that wind. You often see teams doing that if they're playing with a big wind, they'll take shots from too far, so he's probably better off feeding the space for the Kieran Morgan.
Pucked out again there quickly by Dunn. Dunn's been busy with his puck outs. Goes to this side of the field this time, trying to get a bit more back out of it, and he does get it this time. Gortnahoe hold on to that. Nice little play inside there while Jack Moore plays it inside. Who's onto that? Adrian Maher's onto that. The ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a line ball there. And this is one we could see him shaping up and having to go from here.
Yeah, obviously Ronan takes him off the right hand side for a left hander, so he should be able to this side of sight and should shoot him to maybe curl it over, so it's definitely in range for him, alright.
It is definitely. So 6 points to 5. As we've mentioned, Gortnahoe have really been the dominant side in the second quarter. They'd love to get this one to level the game up. Now he could go short or he could go long with it. We'll see now in a second. We imagine it's Rowan Teagan again. Our view is hugely obscured, but I think that his Teagan goes short. Gives that inside to the on-runner, gets it back. Teagan now in a bit of space. He's out there by the sideline fighting. The ball is just up in the air. No one has claimed it just yet. Who has it now? It's still there. Looks like it's Killenaule man who has it. He's trying to come out with it. He's been boxed in though. Still odd. It's about, who knows how many players are down there at this stage. There's something going on there, and a flag goes up. It's going to be a line ball. Now line ball. Looks like it's going to be a line ball to Gortnahoe. An attacking line ball, we'll call it.
This is good. It's good work for the forwards. It's obviously giving the Gortnahoe backs a break. They've obviously been under a lot of pressure for the first 20 minutes of the game. So, a team always appreciates when your forwards can keep the ball up at the far side of the field for a few minutes. So this will give the Gortnahoe full back line now a massive breather for a few minutes.
And they don't seem to be in any hurry to take this one. The breeze is going into Teagan's face. Where's he going with this one? He's going to take it. Again, he's down there, yeah. We'll be relying on the crowd now to tell us what's happening here, as we actually can't see, as you can see on your own screens. We have the same view as you have at the moment. Put that across dangerously. It's dropping in around the square. Who has it? Oh, it's well done. Killenaule have defended that well. There was danger and it's cleared out. Massive clearance there from Killenaule, and it's cleared down. But there's not enough Killenaule men up here to cause any kind of danger. But well worked. Good hassling and harrying there. Killenaule, number 15 there, Dean O'Connor did very well not to let it just be cleared out easily.
Yeah, number 6 Barneville there probably thought he had more time in the ball, so it was good work by Dean to get the hook in, and obviously putting pressure, Killenaule put pressure directly with a side down here.
Bubbles with the line ball. Good vision out of him. Gives it across the field to a man in plenty of space. He's going to ride the tackle. Hold off a couple of men in plenty of time and space. Just couldn't get his shot away. Couldn't manage to work it out, but he holds onto the ball and he's still coming forward to Stakelin. Stakelin, the big man. Has he drawn a foul? The referee says no, he hasn't. And Gortnahoe have turned this over. The crowd don't particularly like that. And they're still fighting, hassling and harrying there. Michael Doyle trying to do his best to try and get something on that, but it's cleared down. And Gortnahoe are on the attack. Oh, does it fall into the hands of Maher? It doesn't. It was almost in his hand. Just slipped out of it again, and it's still on the ground. Still no one now until the Killenaule man comes away with it. No one was fully in possession of that till it comes as far as O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer, who's been very good in the freeze today, driving forward, hoping to get one from play now. Lets that one inside dangerously into the corner. Out front, Killenaule are onto this from a difficult angle, over the shoulder with the shot. Does the umpires like that? No, he doesn't. It was always going to be a difficult one from that angle.
Yeah, that was a bit ambitious. But obviously, you always advise the forwards to maybe try and take your man on as opposed to shooting over the shoulder. Obviously, the likes of a kind of an Owen Kelly type shot. But no look there for Kieran Morgan that time. But they are better off probably trying to feed in the ball. He seems to be out in front of his man most times, so they are better off trying to give as much ball as they can to the Killenaule from forward line.
And here we go again, dropping down at Rowan Teagan. Rowan Teagan goes up for this one. Does he get a hand that hits him in the face guard? But he manages to compose himself fairly well, in fairness. But it's hassling and harrying back there as Owen O'Connell of Killenaule. Gives it back to Joe Dwyer. Joe Dwyer looks up. He was looking for Bubbles. Bubbles going to get onto this. It's over Bubbles' head though. And in there as far as Michael Doyle. Michael Doyle doesn't get to it first time. And all the way back there is Martin Barneville. Barneville now in plenty of time and space to look up and pick a pass. He tries to pick it up there as far as Dara Maher. He has a man on his back, but he does manage to hold him off and give the ball back, and they can start to build again. He's going to try and drop down. Kevin Slattery was hoping for that to drop to him. It didn't, and it's kind of around the half back line now, and Killenaule have it. Killenaule have it there through Maher. Maher gives that up the line. And have we got an attack coming on here? It's 2-on-2 inside that dangerous inside forward line. Kieran Morgan would feel he was doing everything he should be doing. The referee felt he was on his back.
Yeah, in fairness, it's a great tussle going on between Davy Nolan of Gortnahoe, who's obviously joint captain Gortnahoe, and Kieran Morgan. Kieran Morgan seems to be out for a few balls there, but we obviously saw the high catch earlier Davy made, and obviously there he's won again a free. So that's a massive tussle that seems to have a bearing on this game.
Absolutely. Timmy Dunn now. We just saw Davy Nolan go down. We were just talking to him there. He goes down. The referee, Timmy Dunn, wanted to take the puck out or the free out quickly. The referee The referee's just having a stern word with him, I think, from a distance and saying play on. There's nothing overly concerning there by the looks of things. And we're just going to get going again with Timmy Dunn. He's mad to get going. And here we go. Only 1 point in this one, dropping in around the 21. Who's up for this one? It bounced, with straight into the hands of a Killenaule man. Killian O'Dwyer, we take that present all day long, delighted to receive it, and he gives it out, and Killenaule avoid the danger. They've worked it out there again through Maher on his left hand side, dropping down in around the house again into Bergen, into Annie. Bergen is going to get out to it. Is the ball going to beat him? Yes, it does. Good idea, but again the slippery top surface maybe did the better of him.
Yeah, it's kind of bounced obviously if he wants to be able to play, and there seems to be someone down here to fair side. Gortnahoe getting a bit of ball off those high balls after the water break, but Killenaule seem to have got on top there. They've come out for the last 4 or 5 high balls that have gone down on top of that half back line. They've come out of them all. Obviously Joe Dwyer and Owen O'Connell there and the Killenaule half back line have come out with the last 5 or 6 balls, so they seem to have settled there just before half time.
And it looks like Adrian Maher is down, receiving a bit of attention down there for Gortnahoe Glengoole. 1 point in this, it looked like it was going to be all Killenaule in the first quarter. As we mentioned, Gortnahoe have really made a game of this in the second quarter.
Yeah, they've really settled. Obviously, they'll be in a very happy position. Obviously, with that massive win that Killenaule have in their backs, Gortnahoe will be, even if they win a point down at half time, they'll consider themselves probably favourites to win that second half.
So we're stopped here, as we said, as a couple of players receive a bit of attention. We're expecting the half time whistle in the next couple of minutes. We haven't heard anything from a referee or an official here to say how long is going to be added on after the 30, but we'll just
yes, they've probably left it a bit late. They've put bubbles down inside full forward, which maybe something they could have done earlier with the fact that there's so much wind behind them. Obviously a lot of direct ball being able to fit in, so they might get a maybe score 2 off bubbles just for half time here.
And Dunn goes long, it's dropping down around the half forward line, it's dropping, it's bouncing. Killenaule read that well though. Nice little intelligent stick pass up to Stakeland. Stakeland's well able to take his man. He's a big strong man, he's gone past 2. Oh, what a flick there. Jack Moore did brilliantly to rob him, and Gortnahoe now come back with it, but they've lost it again, and Killenaule managed to turn this possession over again. But Gortnahoe are tackling like tigers back there. 2 and 3 men. The crowd love that. The man is done for travelling. A couple of lads are over exuberant here. A little bit, it really is only just pushing and shoving at this stage, but hopefully it doesn't go any further than that. The dander is well and truly up in both teams, so we saw a great little bit of play there, great little flicks and hooks, and it's just carried over since the whistle has gone. Yeah,
no, it's obviously a great play from Gortnahoe, but there's a couple of lads here who don't seem to be letting go of the jerseys. But yeah, this probably suit Gortnahoe. They're obviously, they've got a few tackles in against Killenaule there. They seem to be turning them over, but a few players getting to know each other.
I don't think there's been any slaps or anything massively thrown there, so
I don't think so. I can't see it. Maybe because I know it's a rule, it's a third man in gets booked, so unless someone gets a yellow card for that, but I didn't see it overly malicious there in that little smuzzle.
Well, the referee is going having a word with someone there, though. It does look like the crowd really don't like that. Because there's more skirmishes breaking out around the field. There's plenty. Kieran Bergen is back here, just letting it be known that Killenaule won't be pushed around today. I don't think the referee has had a chance to book anyone just yet because it's been so busy. And it's going to take a second now to calm things down. And yellow card there, one yellow card, Barry Ream.
Yeah, it's probably just the third man in is on, which is the yellow card, so it's probably the easy thing to do. As we said, there was no real malicious tackles or belts there with Hurley, and so probably just third man tackle in there for that yellow card.
So Tom Stakeland there, it was Jack Moore. Jack Moore receiving the yellow card there for.
Big score here now for Ronan, obviously after that bit of obviously the crowd are rightly bought into it here, so if he can put this over just before half time, it'll get a massive reaction from the crowd.
So Ronan Teahan now, it was actually Tom Stakeland who got that yellow card, so here comes Ronan Teahan now with the free. He's got 2 already. This one is close enough in that you'd imagine he'd get it. Oh, we were right behind that one and it drifted to the left and wide. They could have done with that just before half time, you'd imagine.
Yeah, he didn't seem to strike it at all with it, I guess. Maybe 2 more chances here enough, Killenaule just before the break.
They're on the attack here, dropping in around the house. Who's on to that? It looks like it's inside there to Doyle. Doyle has it. Doyle, he gives it outside. Oh, the shot comes in and the shot goes over the crossbar. Good score there from Killenaule.
Yeah, it's the more direct route. I said Michael Doyle now and bubbles inside the full forward line. So yeah, it's probably the direct route. They've tried a few short passes there, Killenaule themselves in this first half, so they're probably better off getting the ball into the vice inside the full forward line.
Just 2 points in it now, 5 points to 7, and it's pucked out there again. Gortnahoe Glengoole go to the far side of the field again to that general area where they've gone with most of their puck outs in this game. Again, it's not won cleanly, but they won't mind because they're onto the bench, driving forward here. Here comes Teahan in a bit of time and space, hits this into the ground. Maybe he should have went more direct, tried to hit it off the greasy top surface, was easily read by the goalie. I
think it was hooked there. Whoever the cornerback Killenaule seemed to get a hook. I think Jack has it, but it was a massive play. But I thought Ronan could have carried it in another couple of yards before taking the shot. But it was a good save.
And Killenuale are back on the attack here again after that chance. They've worked it back as far as their man. Oh, well blocked there. Maher was blocked as he tried to clear that. And Gortnahoe hold on to this. Maybe playing for a free there was Colm Guilfoyle. The referee didn't buy it anyway, and he's letting play on. In fairness, he's letting a lock go. And it's Killenuale who eventually won a free there, but it could have went either way.
Yeah, Gortnahoe were probably unlucky there. They could have got a free. Colm was unlucky not to get a free there. There seemed a bit of a shoulder barge into the chest, but yeah, Killenuale will be glad to get a free here to put a bit of a gap here. And then all of a shot then Killenuale after finding themselves 3 points up with Gortnahoe after doing most of the hurling there in that second quarter.
Absolutely, they definitely have more intensity from the Gortnahoe lads, but it's going to be Killenuale are going to stand over this. Kieran O'Dwyer, he's already got 4 from frees between the 265s. Wind at his back, you'd expect him to get this one, and you'd imagine this might be the last play of the first half. We've no real idea how long the ref was going to play, but you'd imagine we're gone about 35-36 minutes here, so this will be the last play of the game.
Yeah, Kieran's put over 2 of these in the first half in a very similar position, so this again should be no problem distance wise.
And here he goes, going through his process. Here comes O'Dwyer. Puts that one like an arrow, you'd imagine, or has it drifted off? It has drifted off right and wide in the end, and the referee says he's seen enough for that first half. 7 points to 5 in favour of Killenaule. An exciting game, I suppose. It had it all in lots of ways. One team coming, then the other team coming back. Yeah,
it took Gortnahoe a few minutes to kind of settle into it. Obviously, Killenaule got off to a better start. And they probably would be disappointed enough. They've had a lot of opportunities there. They've dropped some short. Obviously, Ronan missed the last 3 there. Kind of didn't seem to strike it right. But like considering the strong breeze that's there, and Gortnahoe seem to like a more direct approach, like with the long puck outs and stuff, they'll definitely be happy going into the second half that they'll have the breeze behind their back. So obviously it'll suit that direct route. Killenaule, they started well, but it didn't seem to be. Bubbles has been very quiet there from play, or obviously he's not in the freeze either. So we haven't seen much from him at all. Kieran Borgman was obviously threatened inside in the full forward line, but again, kind of Davy Nolan from Gortnahoe seemed to kind of come to terms with him for a finish as well. But it's a fairly evenly matched team. I don't think Gortnahoe will change much. Maybe a few changes on the Killenaule side, because I say they're from their own standards, they think they can do better. But definitely from a Gortnahoe point of view, they're very happy with that first half, I'd imagine.
The thoughts there of James Barry. So the half-time score here in Littleton is Killenaule 7 points, Gortnahoe 5 points. We'll be back after this break with the full second half.
Have you heard about the incredible prizes in the new Tipperary GA Clubs draw?
I'm asking you to support the new draw that's just launched, which is a novel Star Super Prize, believe it or not, of a horse and car, plus holidays and cash prizes as well. So over the year there's 11 cars up for grabs, with a total prize fund of 500,000. Remember, you have to be in it to win it, so just to join, go to www.tipperary.ga.ie. Remember, it's your club, it's your county, and it's your draw. So sign up and support today.
The Tipperary GA Clubs draw. You have to be in it to win it.
Of the Seamus O'Reilly Group 3 match. Killenaule 1 point up against Gortnahoe, and it's Gortnahoe who are coming on the attack straight, or Killenaule coming on the attack straight away, driving forward. The shot eventually is going to come in. Is their number 8 over there? This number 8 O'Dwyer, sorry, it's Stakelum. Stakelum gives it back out, but he's lost it, and it's cleared way down the field there by Maher. Maher clears it down the field, gives it down low. Who's involved in that one? Over there on the far side of the field, it's
Kevin Slattery, I think, from Gortnahoe, yeah.
And it's over the far side of the field. Who's on the attack here? It looks like it's going to be Gortnahoe trying to create something here. Ronan T does a lovely little flick, but it's well read out there, well cut out there by Paddy Codd. Paddy Codd, the Tipp footballer, of course, football fame. Hand passes that out. Killenaule trying to come away with this, and again they'll want to just put the hammer down. They're more than likely through. We'll give you the half time in the other game in a few minutes. If it stays like that, they will be doing pretty well, but they won't want to lose here today either. Kieran Bergen trying to stop his man coming out there, doesn't do enough done. It's Gortnahoe coming away with this again, driving it out there through Campion. Campion gives that well caught, brilliant take there by Tian. Tian has it in a bit of time and space on his left shoulder, not an easy one to try and attempt, and it just goes to the right and wide, but his confidence is obviously through the roof. He's trying those.
Yeah, definitely good though. They've moved in full forward. I was said in the first half with the win, so he'll get a good bit of ball now, obviously direct from Gortnahoe, so it's a very clever move now from Gortnahoe point of view.
It's over to the far side of the field. Carol Campion there, a judge, a hand on the back, and it's going to be a free to Killenaule, fairly central. The wind and the rain has kind of started coming here, and it's going to be going straight into his face, into O'Dwyer's face.
Yeah, so he obviously scored the 3 easy ones in the first half with the win. This should be a very difficult. We were saying there in the other game, Paul, Ballina were up 2-18 to 1-6. So if that way, if it stays away, yeah, Ballina should kind of maybe finish in the third section. Sean Tracy's obviously get relegated, and the two teams here will be through, based on those half-time scores.
So if it says it is, everyone here will go home happy, so we'll just keep an eye on that hopefully as we can through the game. Here comes O'Dwyer on his left hand side, takes that shot. Looks to be a couple of people giving the wave wide, but more importantly the umpire puts that white flag, and that's the score for him.
Yeah, that's his 4 from frees and 1 from play, so he's having a very big impact in this game right now, yeah.
And we're off again there. Gortnahoe with the puck out. Dunn goes way down the field. That's the longest one we've seen. You can tell the bit of a breeze he has behind him has definitely added to his puck out, and it drops though, stuck in the ground now at the moment. A lot of players trying to get this. It's messy looking. Looks like Gortnahoe were away there, but it's turned back there. There's a Butler now who has it. Butler has a bit of time and space, turns one way then the other, gives it back outside as far as Barneville. Barneville looks at the post. He has a go at that one, but again it looks to be drifting, is it? It's drifting to the left and wide.
Yeah, it was definitely worth a shot though. He was on his own there in the half back line, so as we said, it's like Gortnahoe's direct approach. There'll definitely be a lot of shots going in here in this goal in the second half. Seems to be the scoring goal in Littleton.
Absolutely, they have the breeze, so we would expect that, and shots maybe from the half backs in the midfield to be a lot more frequent than maybe they were in the first half. And it's Gleeson now. Gleeson of Killenaule, he's looking for some runners. He's looking down there, I suppose, at the likes of Michael Doyle. He's gone to this wing this time though, and who's up for that? Oh, look, trying to get his hand on that was Mark Stakelum. Stakelum had a few men on his back, and it's gone to ground, and Gortnahoe have this again, and they're hassling and harrying and work. Gortnahoe, a bit of their play, one of the main traits of their play has been their work rate. It's been phenomenal, and they do well again there. But it's gone out for a line ball.
Yeah, it's unbelievable the amount of tackles they get in throughout the game. Obviously, yeah, you can see the reason why they've won their first 2 games. There's a massive work rate and intensity that they bring to the game right now. Yeah, so it's been very impressive from a Gortnahoe point of view.
Here comes Barneville now. Barney, as he's known locally, about to take this sideline ball back down in his own 45. Looking for one of his colleagues up the field. Doesn't make a great connection there, but he's lucky that the Killenaule man fell there. It looked like Jimmy Feehan fell just as he was going for that one. Gortnahoe are back in control of this one. Cleared out there again by Barneville. Barneville down into the corner. Who's out in front of that? It looks like the Gortnahoe man, but it just bounces out of his hand, bounces out of Tian's hand, and it's back there, and Killenaule come away with this one. Coming out of their own defence again, shortens up the grip and the hurling, gives that down the side. Just was a very narrow angle to play the ball.
Yeah, a lot of play here on this side, obviously, seems to be fairly, a lot of balls slid down to play, and the wind kind of seems to be blowing into our face here again in the stand. So a lot of play seems to be here on this side of the field. But yeah, you can see Gortnahoe are trying to feed a lot of ball into Roland Teen inside the edge of the square, so if he gets enough ball, he will do damage inside from a Gortnahoe point of view.
Brian Maher now with the line ball here, as we said a few minutes ago. If all the results in the other games and this game stay the same, both teams here in front of us will go through to the knockout stages of the Oreen. Now who's onto it? And of course Killenaule do have that preliminary Dan Breen quarter final to come as well, so they have plenty of hurling ahead of them. Nice little soccer style side foot pass back out, but it's well read. Their Killenaule men not giving up on that easy, and they've managed to work it back there. Is it Mouse O'Dwyer over there? Gives it, and now it's Michael Doyle. Michael Doyle was 14 in his back, but he's all the way back in the centre back position. Gives that downside. Maybe there was a change in position there for a minute over there down the far side. Dean O'Connor's on his knees, hands and knees, trying to get onto that. He's managed to win the ball. It's hopping and leaping, and back there is Barneville now. Has a Barneville in a bit of time in space. Barneville plays that up the line, gives it low, bouncing, no one getting into a bit of space. Who's onto that? Killenuale are trying to be out in front, but it looks like it might be Maher over there. Gortnahoe gets it, gives it back as far as Barneville again. Barneville from out by the sideline, fancies his chances again, but again it's gone wide. Gortnahoe hit now maybe 3 in the start of
that's
this
his second
half.
long shot, so he's probably maybe better off if he gets another chance maybe to feed it into Ronan inside the edge of the square.
The ball is pucked out very quickly because on the far side of the field we have a Killenuale man, Joe Dwyer, I think, is over there holding his ribs, it looks like. So we're probably going to be stopping here again in a second. He's on the far side of the field with him to 265s.
Yeah, and you often see that when teams have a big win behind them, they obviously maybe go for shots they probably shouldn't go for. So we've seen O'Martin, the first 2 balls he's got, he's probably shot. So yeah, the next ball maybe be more wise to feed it into Ronan and the Gortnahoe for forward line.
And it's going to be Jack Moore going to take this line ball eventually when this referee decides to get things going again. But I'd say we're going to stop here as it looks like O'Dwyer is over there getting a bit of attention. And there's been a change of footwear up here in the Killenuale end as well, so plenty of things going on here. It's hard to suppose when you started the game and it was bone dry and it starts getting wet and you look at the clouds, it might rain again, you would be worried about your footwear, would you?
We could get a rain shower here in our next few minutes right now, yeah. But Gortnahoe have started the second half the very way they finished the first half, kind of good intensity and creating those few scoring chances. They've probably missed 2 or 3 chances now to start the second half, so you'll be hoping that it doesn't cost them, because obviously the only bear on this game is who probably wins tops the group. And if it doesn't win, maybe come second. So obviously, if you top the group now in this, you'll be placed the second place team in another group. So you're probably better off to try and win this game to come out in that top seed position.
Absolutely. And Killenaule will feel there that what's the team with more history and things like that, then maybe they'll feel they have the divine right almost to win today's game. But Gortnahoe aren't giving that easy. Yeah,
and obviously Killenaule have won the South final earlier in the year. So Killenaule know how to win, but it isn't going all their way so far today against Gortnahoe.
And we saw Mullinahone did yesterday. The South Hurling is strong, and a lot of people maybe say it's the weakest division, but we saw Mullinahone getting through in their group. If Killenaule get through here, I know it's the lower division, Mullinahone getting through into Dan Breen. Like, South Hurling is maybe doing a bit better than people think.
Yeah, that was a great result from Mullinahone yesterday. Obviously they came out top of the group, and that was a group with Tumivara and Kinolte, so that was unbelievable now from Mullinahone point of view.
And now we're back in play again. Pucked up the field there. Who's onto it? It's Gortnahoe who are onto that. Through Carol Campion. Carol Campion then lays it inside. Bergen is in there. Everyone is in there trying to get onto that. Jack Moore there. Gortnahoe, who's got it. A lot of chopping it, but the referee's just letting it all go ahead, all play on. And who's onto it now? It's left inside in towards the Ronan team. It's over his head and over the crossbar. Good score there. Came out of nowhere. Brian Maher with the point.
Yeah, great score. He obviously had a shot in the first half that was fairly close as well, but he seems to be getting a lot of breaking ball and well able to take a score. But that was a good enough score now from Gortnahoe point of view.
And snapshot that worked out from and over now is Kieran O'Dwyer. Kieran O'Dwyer has possession. He scored a good few from frees. This time he's back defending over his left shoulder, but again that goes out over the sideline. It's actually a chop down he's given.
Yeah, I think he got a flick across the arm as he was rising the ball there. But as we see, Gortnahoe are going to have way more chances now in this half. It's almost a very different game. The first half to Gortnahoe will have played, because they'll have way more chances now to shoot from that 60-yard line, because obviously in the first half they had to walk it right up into the full forward line to get a score. But they'll find a huge difference now playing with the win in the second half. But obviously Killenaule now have to walk up a lot ball more shorter to create those scoring opportunities.
They'll be hoping to work that ball into John O'Dwyer, who's been very quiet in that first half. We're trying to get the ball into him a bit more in this second half, and they let the ball down inside long. It's over Stakelum's head. Stakelum is watching the rebound, but it's dropped. There's still a bit of danger there. Killenaule have it, turning a bit of space. Shot comes in. It's brilliantly blocked. That one was heading for the top corner, but it was well blocked. And Gortnahoe come out. It looks like it's McCarthy there. McCarthy was brilliant in the first half. And McCarthy clears that one out. It's over the 45. Killenaule managed to turn them over though. Killenaule now have a Lee Maher. Lee Maher gives it outside as far as Owen O'Connell. Owen O'Connell sprays it. Plenty of time and space. Here comes Bubbles. We said he's been quiet. He's opening up. Here we go. Killenaule are in. The shot comes in. Bang into the back of the net. Michael Doyle. Great move involved. A couple of different players. Bubbles saw the opening. Gave it on to Doyle. Doyle found the net.
Yeah, you see the shred of Bubbles inside. Obviously the ball in his hand. The man's a genius when he gets the ball into his hand. And obviously the vision he has to create a chance there for Michael Doyle, and that'll bring Killenaule back into this game big time.
Absolutely. Looked like Gortnahoe were starting to come into the ascendancy here, but they worked the ball quickly down the other end of the field. He was falling over there, Adrian Maher, as he took that one, and it goes harmlessly wide in the end.
That's their third or fourth missed opportunity now in the second half. Obviously they started so well, but you can't afford to give Killenaule too many chances to get back into a game.
And we saw how clinical they were a second ago. Kieran Borgen is trying to get onto that. Here's the man who just got the goal, Doyle. Doyle plays that low down inside. Who's going to get onto that? Is it turns onto the side, well laid back outside. The shot's going to come in from Kieran Borgen. Kieran Borgen puts that up. He got a point in the first half, and now he's got a point in the second half.
Yeah, and you can see obviously the threat now. The Bubbles inside is causing for Davy Nolan, and obviously Kieran Borgen there in the first half. But obviously he's a massive different threat now inside the forward line for Killenaule.
Absolutely. Eventually the cream rises to the top, and that seems to be happening with Bubbles in there now. Now the ball breaks. Who's onto that? Gortnahoe are trying to win that well kick clear. Gortnahoe are onto this into a bit of time and space over there on the near side of the field, I should say. The shot's coming in. Shot coming in there from Fahy, but it goes completely sideways. Doesn't threaten the goal at all, but it's still danger there. Still possibly a chance for Gortnahoe on this one. Again, the shot is going to come in there from from Maher. Maher scored in the first half, but he's not going to add to that just now.
Yeah, again, we said it again that they're really not helping themselves with poor shooting opportunities. Like, that should have been probably, that was an easy opportunity enough. Like, yeah, so they'll be discussing now with their starters in this third quarter.
Absolutely. Now the ball is pucked down. Look at Carrick Campion's trying to get onto that. Bounces straight into the hands of Killenuale man though, and they worked out. Well blocked there. The block, Liam Maher was trying to let it into the bubbles, let it into the forwards, but he was blocked. Now the ball is on the ground. They're both pulling and dragging. Again, the ball is kind of stuck. We've seen lots of this. You'd imagine, it's gone to ground. Who's coming out with this? The ref is just letting it flow, letting it work itself out. He's decided now, no, that's never going to work itself out.
There's been a couple of those instances now in this game, alright, yeah.
And he has thrown it in there eventually. But again, it's maybe going to develop into another ruck. But then it comes away with this Jimmy Feehan now. Jimmy Feehan out by the sideline. He's been pushed out over the line, but less down in as far as was it. Bubbles was trying to get onto that. Bubbles didn't manage to get it. Davy Nolan did very well back there to dispossess Bubbles, and he clears that out fight. Guilfoyle goes over the far side of the field. Who's onto it over there? Only Adrian Maher. Adrian Maher came out in front. Couldn't control and went out over the line, but there was maybe a bit of danger down the other end of the field.
Yeah, obviously Jimmy Feehan's very strong there. He's inside with the Tipp footballer, so he's come out now with 2 or 3 of those balls from rough situations. But again, probably Gortnahoe will probably be disappointed. Like, there's 35 minutes of the game to the end. They only have 6 points scored, so for the amount of hurling they've done, it's probably a poor enough return from a Gortnahoe point of view. But they're still in this game. But Killenuale are obviously after opening up now a 6 point lead, which is big now. So probably Gortnahoe will need a goal maybe at some stage, because obviously they mightn't be able to get enough points to bring back the lead. So Ronan inside the edge of the square for Gortnahoe is going to have to maybe create a goal opportunity to bring it back into it.
Yeah, absolutely. That goal has really turned this game on its head. To be fair, it looked like Gortnahoe were the ones on top of Killenuale through Michael Doyle there with that goal. Are now into a nice decent lead from their point of view. But Gortnahoe now are back in possession of this, back in their own half back line, soloing out the field, trying to get some support. Well left off, hand pass over the shoulder, but it wasn't an accurate one. Good hassling and harrying there by Stakler, Jimmy Feehan of Killenuale, and the ball rebounds out. Now they're on the attack. Dean O'Connor, intelligent, low ball down inside into the space. Here we go. Is there a chance for Bergen to get his third of the day? Bergen was composed. Every bit of his experience was used against that one, and a good score.
Yeah, you can see the bit of a class now coming from Killenuale's point of view. The last couple of scores they've only created maybe the 2 or 3 chances in the second half, and they've taken them all. They've scored 1-3 in the second half compared to Gortnahoe. I don't think Gortnahoe scored yet in the second half, even though they've had a lot more of the ball. Gortnahoe or Killenuale are a lot more clinical in relation to a scoring point of view.
Yeah, there's a couple of players taking the knee. He's back up again there. I think it's the Gortnahoe number 6 Barneville, I think, is down taking a bit of a breather.
Shane McGrath mentioned this in commentary yesterday. Obviously, if it's going wrong against the team, you obviously someone goes down with a contact lens or the helmet comes off because the ref has to stop the play. So I'd say that's what Gortnahoe are doing now, trying to stop the momentum to Killenuale after getting in the start of this third quarter, because they've really opened up a big lead here now in this game.
Yeah, a bit of gamesmanship, so potentially, but who knows? Hopefully, it is definitely some eye issue, and you have to stop it, as James says. But hopefully, he'll be up and playing on again in a few minutes. 110 to 6 points in this one. Killenuale have really just pulled away in the last few minutes, and they look pretty classy. And their county players, or former county players, even, are really just starting to show their class.
Yeah, it's just the chances they're creating. They've only created 3 or 4 chances in the second half, but they've as we said, they've got the 1-2 or the 1-3 from that. Whether Gortnahoe have 4 or 5 chances they haven't scored yet. So that's been the only real difference in the second half so far.
And maybe that is the difference between, I suppose, coming up from intermediate as opposed to being in the senior the last couple of years. And Killenuale were close to winning this competition out to Seamus O'Rian last year, getting to the semi-finals. They were beaten by Lara that year, you might remember, last year even. Now the ball is pucked out again after that brief stoppage, and it's dropped, and Killenuale are onto this one, about to clear their lines out. Good passing movement, holding on to possession. Possession is key at this stage, and they hold on to it. Dean O'Connor, or Michael Doyle I should say, who's all the way back there. As we said, he has 14 on his back, but there has been a change. He seems to be playing more centre back. Brilliantly taken. What a take there by Stakelum. Stakelum past 2 men. Still Stakelum on the ball goes to the ground. The shot comes in, well saved by the goalie. Is the danger cleared? Yes it is, but that was a decent goal chance. Stakelum just didn't get maybe the connection he would have liked.
Yeah, he went very well up to the strike, but his strike didn't seem to be great. But it still needs to be saved right now, yeah. But good save there by the Timmy Dunn inside the goals for Gortnahoe point of view. But marked on very well. It was another threat inside from Killenuale's inside full forward then.
A real chance there, a real chance to one that they won't want to. Gortnahoe won't want to give up again, and now the ball is pucked down again. It's dropping. Who's onto that? It's the number 6 for Killenuale. It's Joe Dwyer's working hard, but he hasn't got it the first time. Does he get it the second time? Eventually does charge, and now little hand pass 1-2 as far as Doyle, the goal scorer, drops that around the edge of the D. Bubbles is out, but Bubbles doesn't get it. McCarthy is back there. McCarthy has been excellent today in the cornerback position for Gortnahoe. Looks up, trying to find one of his teammates. Doesn't manage to find him the first time, and the ball is pulled back down the field. Lots of pulling going on today, which is great to see. Now who's involved in that? Oh, what a pick up. What a take there. Driving forward, Tom Stakelum going forward, ball on the Hurley, still going forward, lets it inside, Bubbles has it, Bubbles is on the 14, lays it outside, Stakelum just doesn't control it the first time. Has he yet the second time? Yes, he does. I think it would have been one of the goals in the championship if he controlled it the first time, but we'll just have to be happy enough with the point.
Yeah, probably the passing Bubbles was a bit probably too far forward. He should have went into the hand, but yeah, there is Gortnahoe's full back line are a bit of bother there now with Killenuale forward line. They're causing all sorts of trouble for him inside.
They're just starting to find a space, and now around the other end of the field, Slattery has 2 points for Gortnahoe already today. He slips, loses his footing there, and Killenuale look to be over there, look to be Paddy Codd seems to have done enough to stop them making any further momentum. And again, it's the Killenuale men who coming out. There's a big ruck of players over there. The referee, what's he going to do here? He's just pointing. It's going to be a free out. Or is it the free?
Killenuale free. Yeah, it looks like Killenuale free right now. Yeah, but Killenuale, their backs seem to have settled now in this third quarter. They said Gortnahoe started very sharply, but they can't seem to get their hand on the ball now, and they're inside forward and allowed for the last 2 or 3 minutes.
And O'Dwyer drops that down on top of Bubbles. Joe O'Dwyer hoots down top. Bubbles is definitely being held there. He was held, and he gets the rebound or whatever we'll call it. But it's going to be, is it going to be a free or a penalty? I think he's just outside the box, is he?
Probably free, but I think how he ended up the ball in his hand, I think the goalie rose and he actually caught it on him. So if he actually got it eventually, it would have been a score. But yeah, he was definitely being held back by the Gortnahoe full back Davy Nolan. So it should be an easy score here for Kieran to put over.
Relatively easy one, yeah. And Bubbles has really come into it a bit more in this second half.
Yeah, they moved him in full forward in the second half, but obviously there wasn't enough time left. But obviously you can see now, obviously with Gortnahoe having the win behind them, they're obviously pushing down the field, which is even that space in front of Bubbles and Davy Nolan from a Gortnahoe point of view, which obviously isn't ideal, trying to mark John O'Dwyer with that much space in front of you. So Gortnahoe might have to maybe sit Martin Barnville in front of Bubbles just to maybe stop that ball going into him for the last few minutes.
And just as James is talking, a fairly handy score there for O'Dwyer. He's been fairly on form with them. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I have, and 1 from play for him today. O'Dwyer has been good. All the O'Dwyers have been good. Bubbles, as we just mentioned a few minutes ago, was Joe O'Dwyer who played the ball into him for that chance of a goal that was pulled back for a free. But now we're back on play again. It's Gortnahoe who have it. Gortnahoe who have it through Maher. Maher puts it into a bit of space. They haven't given up yet, but again, just overhit and not giving the forwards any chance of balls like that.
Yeah, and we said it's worked in the first half. Obviously, the water break done Gortnahoe massive things in the first half. So obviously they may need a water break again here now just to get maybe the sections in, have a few words and try to get a bit of shape there. Going to get organised just to bring themselves back into this game, because there's 112 to 6 points here now. Killenuale up. So there's a massive gap there of a shot after opening up between the two teams.
And it looks like we might have a substitute there for Gortnahoe Glengoole, number 18, Tommy Duggan looks to be coming in. We don't know who he's replacing just yet, but he looks to be making his way onto the field. We see the club secretary or PRO there filling up the documentation, but we'll wait for a second for that sub to come on. Oh, brilliantly taken, almost maybe got a shoulder in the back there as Carol Campion went up to try and get that one, but it's gone to ground again. Kieran Bergen is trying to get involved in this, trying to get it up, still on the ground. Yeah, oh, hard to see why that was a free, I don't know, but anyway, it's going to be a free out to Gortnahoe.
With the win now, this should be in Ronan's range to put over. I think it's still normally free if you're lying down on the ball. The ref gives it, but it's harsh enough. He kind of more fell there, but the ref seemed to give it. But it should be in Ronan's range. Even though it will be a fair strike for ball for him to put it over, especially in these conditions.
And they could do one. It feels like they haven't scored for a while. He's back inside his own half, and it sounds like a decent connection. We're just trying to follow that through the air now. It looks like heading to the right, but it's heading right over the cross. Great score from Ronan Keane.
Yeah, just water bit there. They needed that score, but they've been probably. We often do with the way the game has gone on with the 4 quarters. It's obviously breaking down. From a Gortnahoe point of view, that's been probably their poorest quarter. They obviously had a good few chances there to start of that break after half time, but it didn't go according to plan apart from that score there from Ronan. But they'll definitely be discussed there. Probably they were close enough. There was only 2 points in at half time, and now there's obviously 112-15 to 7. There's 8 points there in all of a shot in that third quarter. So that's probably the biggest difference there. That Gortnahoe missed a good few chances at the start of that third quarter and didn't really take them. Killenuale then went up the field after settling in the first 5 minutes and called it 1-2, 1-3. So that's probably been the real difference so far. Obviously John Dwyer now is causing massive problems for Gortnahoe inside in their full back line, and Gortnahoe can't seem to win their own ball up in their full forward line.
And just to give you an update on the other game in this group, and the other game in Group 3, after 46 minutes, so we're into the second half in that one. It's Ballina 3-19, it's Sean Tracy's 1-10. So it's as we kind of were at half time. If things stay the same as they are here, if things stay the same as they are in that game, it's both teams here in front of us that'll go through to the knockout stages.
Yeah, and probably Ballina finishes third then, obviously Killenaule. I think if it says as it is, Killenaule go as top, because that'll bring them to, they'll go
up to 5 then, I think.
5
they're
points
coming into it on 3, yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be, that'll send Killenaule through as top seed, which obviously easier. They'll get a second seed in from a different group, which obviously makes their route to the final a lot easier. So yeah, it's funny how it goes in GA. Obviously they're on a crystal wave. Then they obviously, because they won the South final, they're obviously in a drawn out for the prelim rounds of the Dunbreen Cup as well. Obviously after our result yesterday, we could be any second place team in that group could be playing Killenaule in 2 weeks' time. So obviously if Killenaule win here today, they'll be carrying that momentum into that game as well.
Yeah, I was talking to a couple of the county board officials yesterday. It's a real anomaly what could be happening in Killenaule this year. Excuse me. What do you do if you're Killenaule? Do you focus on trying to win the Seamus O'Reen, or do you go over and Dunbreen? Like, it's very hard to decide that, is it?
But I'm not even sure from a fixture point of view now how they're going to stop it. If Killenaule do actually stay progressing in both competitions, because obviously those competitions are on the same weekend. So I'm not sure from a county board fixtures point of view how they're going to fix it, because Killenaule could potentially be in both competitions as they progress throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah, so we'll watch this space. I'd say there's a lot of meetings happening. There's a lot of people fretting over things, but I'm sure it'll all be sorted out. And Killenaule won't care. They'll just want to keep winning matches at this stage. And of course, they're also in the football. They beat Rockwell last week, and they play JK Brackens next week, and they could get into the knockout stage of that as well. So they've plenty of GA ahead of them over the next couple of weeks. And we're going to get restarted here for the final quarter as the wind starts to pick up again, and it's going to be pucked out down the field again. We're ready to go here for the last quarter of this group stage of the Seamus O'Reen, and Killenaule are onto this one. Well taken there by Bergen. Bergen turns, lets it straight inside to the full forward line, but it's well defended there by Carty back there in the Gortnahoe full back line. Still there, pulled on. They're onto this, like Stakelum again. He's striking, he's been in great positional wise. His striking just hasn't been up to scratch maybe today. That was a chance for him. And now Gortnahoe start to clear this. They've been slow about clearing it. The crowd don't like that. But eventually it's McCarthy, who's probably been the man of the match in their defence today anyway, gets that and drives it down the field. It bounces. And Gortnahoe are onto this one in a bit of time and space. Tian was looking for the pass. Tian didn't get the pass. But it's well won there. The free is well won there by the man who came in there, number 19. I don't know if we see him. Davy Butler has come onto the field and wins himself a free.
Yeah, it again should be kind of a straightforward free here for Ronan to put over the bar. To probably shoot off the right hand side here, and they will need all these scores to go over. They can't hardly afford them to be missing much more of these opportunities like they were in the third quarter there.
Absolutely, they really can't be afforded to take them. Here comes Tian. He's around the 45-yard line, so you'd expect him to get this one. And Gortnahoe will be really hoping he does. He gets enough on that and puts it over the bar. Not much to spare, but they all count.
Yeah, he didn't seem to strike right at all. Yeah, but he said it went over the bar, which is the only thing that counts. Like, so yeah, there's a big 5 minutes here needed enough for Gortnahoe to get a result out of this game.
Quickly pucked out now. Who's going to drop down on top of Kieran Bergen is in there trying to get things. Oh, well snatched there. Again, it's McCarthy. McCarthy, as we've talked about a few times today, has been very good. And it looks like Gortnahoe have another man on there, number 29. We hadn't seen him come onto the field. We'll talk about him again in a second. Who we're going to see where the ball has gone. It's gone to the ground now. Gortnahoe have this. They start to build it out there. Still hold on to possession through their number 14, their big man back there, Slattery. Slattery steadies himself. He's looking for someone to pass this. Didn't just want to hit it away. Intelligent play. And now they've worked it onto this man who we've just said has just come onto the field during that water break. What a score. Puts that up into the air. And it was Niall Tian. What a score from that man who's just onto the field.
Yeah, definitely been a change here. And as I said, the water break in the first half up for Gortnahoe. So it's obviously after doing wonders again from here in the second half. It's a good score there from Niall Tian after coming onto the field.
A big man and a good man to be able to bring on at this time of a game. Has he enough in him to turn this around? Who knows? But either way, it's gone to ground now. Killenaule working hard for this one. Over and back across the field. Still on the ground, in fact. Just getting stuck in the ground, and eventually it's cleared away. Jack Moore gives out, and here comes Gortnahoe. Gortnahoe through Slattery. Slattery has 2 in the first half. Drop now on dangerously, but it's well read. Confidently taken there by Gleeson. He's out. Oh, but then Tian puts in a tackle on him. They've turned it over. Danger here. The shot comes in. It's dribbling. Oh, luckily for him, Jonathan Gleeson had time to come back because that was all down to him. But it's worked here again to the man who just scored a point a minute ago. Tian, who scored just a second ago. He's worked it away there again. And Gortnahoe are onto this again. Well worked there. Fahy now has it. Fahy has been pushed off the ball and comes back to Dean O'Connor. Dean O'Connor now tries to clear, but he's been tackled again by Tian. Tian, who's been involved in everything since he's come onto the field. Kieran Bergen now is all the way back trying to get involved in this. And eventually the referee gives a free in. And Gortnahoe earned that if anyone ever did.
Yeah, they seem to win all these collisions when it goes into modules. Gortnahoe seems to come out with all these balls. Like, yeah, but they definitely need to start getting scores on the board. They're probably unlucky there with the goal. If the grass maybe cut a bit shorter here and Liston, it might have rolled in. But just unlucky there, yeah. Ronan done very well to take the ball off Jonathan Gleeson inside the goal to Killenaule. Just unlucky with the finish that it didn't get over the line. But they are probably, again, the water break seems to have done wonders here for Gortnahoe. And they're roaring back into this game. They just need to get a few more scores on the board here now in the next few minutes.
Absolutely. If he gets this, we go back to 5. So here comes Tian again. He looks confident after that bit of play, and he puts that over well. That's another good score from him. He's up to 5 for the day, and they'll want to finish strong in this game. 1-12 now to 10 points. So just 5 in this, so anything can happen. A goal could change an awful lot here. And the referee has been another sub coming on here. I think it's number 18 for Killenaule coming onto the field there.
Owen Shaw
added to the fray for Killenaule. we'll see what happens now in the last 15 or so minutes in this game. Dropping down there around that centre forward position. Kieran Burton goes up there, but it's battered away by the Gortnahoe defence. Still on the ground. Who's onto the show, trying to make an immediate contribution there. The man who's just come on. The ball is still like a rolling maul at this stage, rugby style, but it's eventually cleared out there by Fahy. Fahy just turns and strikes that one over his head over to Slattery, but it's well won back there by Joe Dwyer. Joe Dwyer's dropping that one dangerously inside, looking for Bubbles. Bubbles is running after this one. Is the ball going to beat him? No, it's not on this occasion. Brilliantly picked up there. Great pair of hands on him. It's Bubbles still looking for some support. Gives it back outside. Who's he giving it to? No one has got it. Just as the Danes went across. But there's no player of it, and it's McCarthy again. Who else but McCarthy? What a game he's had back there. He's been an absolute rock in that full back line for Gortnahoe. Now it's the ball let in. The ball is skimming. It's Stainers inside. It's 3-on-3 here. Gortnahoe have possession of the ball. Looking for some support. It's out to Tian. He already has a point today. Looking for his second. Only on the field. A matter of minutes. Oh, does this one. It cleans the drops just over the crossbar. Almost Brian Hogan-esque. Was nearly pulled back from under the crossbar with Tian with his second point.
Yeah, and he's after making a massive impact there. He was obviously involved in winning the last 3 for Owen, and that's his second point from play got now, so big impact he's after making.
And we're down to 4, so there's still this game, still a lot of hurling to go. It could go either way at this stage, and it's let down inside. Gortnahoe are definitely feel they have the impetus at the moment. They feel they have a chance of winning this game. It's knocked back outside. Oh, just wasn't control there first time. And who have we got it now? Still working over a ball across the field. Dropping in, but Killenaule read that very well, and they come away with this again. Let down again. Bubbles has loads of space in front of him. That is dangerous from a Gortnahoe point of view, but he's well defended back there, and McCarthy again clears that up inside. Here comes Tian. Tian gets a little 1-2 of his own man, but Bubbles is back here. Bubbles like a flash is onto that on his left hand side. What a score by John Bubbles O'Dwyer. Just when the fire was in the fat and it looked like it was getting away from his team, he puts it over the bar.
Yeah, big score there. It's obviously maybe it might try and stop the momentum Gortnahoe have there, because the end of McCarthy again coming out with another ball. He's after having a great game for Gortnahoe, but
yeah, they haven't given up yet despite what Bubbles is doing at the other end. Gortnahoe still believe they've it all to play for here, and they're driving forward. They're over their 45. Bit of support back to Tian. Here comes Tian. Looked like he was tripped. He did his best to try and stay up. The referee says no way. The referee says play on, and Killenaule have turned it over. Gortnahoe won't be happy about that, you'd imagine. And it's back there, and he's driving forward out, and there's eventually a big tackle coming in there, and Gortnahoe have turned this over. They've done well. Maher feeds that outside, and they're still. Here comes Tian again. And you'd have to ask, why didn't this man Niall Tian start? He's been brilliant since he came on.
yeah, and probably Gortnahoe thankfully got a free there, because they probably deserved a free in the first instance when Rona was foul going through. But yeah, there's an unbelievable difference there in the last 5 minutes from Gortnahoe's point of view. Niall's been involved in every sort of play since coming onto the field. Like I'm not sure why he didn't start, but he's after making a serious impact since he's after coming on. Alright.
Yeah, there must be something going on there. Maybe they're saving it for the knockout stage, who knows, but he's definitely staked his claim for the next day. And here comes Tian now. He's got 5 already. I'd expect this to be 6. Yeah, and yesterday he puts that over. Here comes the puck out.
So yeah, Gortnahoe done very well. It's obviously back to a 4-point game there. Obviously Killenaule opened up a bit of a score difference there in the first of the third quarter, just after half time. But Gortnahoe fall right back into this game, so every chance now to take a win here in Littleton.
Dara Fitzgerald has also made his way onto the field for Killenaule, so we'll keep an eye out on him, and eventually the ball goes over his head. Actually, it's well taken. What a take there! Brilliantly driving forward there by Owen Shaw. Owen Shaw looks for a bit of support. They still hold on to possession. Right out on the sideline there is Kieran O'Dwyer. Kieran O'Dwyer's shot goes to the left and wide. But that was a chance, I suppose. Maybe he should have left it in. Hard to know though when your adrenaline is up like that.
Yeah, I think Bubbles is isolated with the full back inside as well, so it's probably better off him to go in there.
And it's dropping. Here comes Tian again. Doesn't manage to control that the first or second time the ball has gone out of play. And it's a line ball now, an attacking line ball for Killenaule.
No, he's definitely a crowd favourite here anyways. He's after making a massive impact. He's after coming on.
It really is. They'll be knocking down the manager's door to try and get him starting the next day. And who's on to take this one? It looks like it's going to be O'Dwyer again, who has been fairly lethal from set plays today. He's a long way out with this one though. Kieran O'Dwyer, 6 points from frees and 1 from play. From what? Oh, we're having more issues with the grass here. Oh, there's actually a player receiving a bit of treatment, so we're stopped for that. One of the Killenaule boys getting the magic spray on his quad, it looks like. 113 to 12 points, 16 points to 12.
Yeah, and the wind definitely seems to be after picking up there in the last 2 minutes as well. Like, yeah, so it's obviously a big breeze there favouring Gortnahoe in this last quarter.
Gortnahoe want to top this group. They want to give it everything they can to top this group. Well, Killenaule won't want to give that away either. They're in second place. As we said, if things stay as they are, both teams will go through here with Killenaule topping the group and Gortnahoe going in as second. So we're ready to go again. And so Dwyer, he repositions the ball again, coming at this wipes the old blade, and here we go. He makes a brilliant connection, but unfortunately it was in completely the wrong direction. It goes out over the exterior wall and goes wide. And with no waiting around here, Killenuale are straight back into this one. Or Gortnahoe are straight back into this one, I should say. And they're onto that again. Won the ball, just couldn't get her up the first time. Teeing again there, just couldn't bend his back enough, and it's gone out of play for a line ball.
Yeah, their touches let them down sometimes up in there in the third quarter. They've created an unbelievable amount of opportunities throughout this whole game, but sometimes their touch and their striking has let them down. But obviously, yeah, it's a level above the intermediate that they've been playing for the last couple of years, up in this Oreen Cup. But he's touched him down there, right?
That was actually Davy Butler. I'm wrong in Niall T in there. That was Davy Butler who didn't manage to get that the first time. But either way, he'll get a chance to redeem himself in a couple of minutes. Here goes Killenuale now with the line ball. Again, a lovely connection. Gets a lovely cut underneath that, dropping it dangerously around the centre forward position. Who's onto that? It's a Killenuale man, or a Gortnahoe man who's onto that. Jack Moore in plenty of time and space. Feeds that outside, and they're starting to go here. Let that down inside. He's looking for Butler. Butler is onto this, is he? Butler tried to get in behind the full back there. Brilliantly defended there by Davy Nolan. Oh, he has been good today when it's been called on. Managed to just get his body in the way and stop Butler getting in behind him. Now the ball is pucked down again, but it's Gortnahoe who are going to get onto this. Barneville now has it. Barneville's been held, but he's doing well. Kieran Bergen wasn't letting him out easy, and he got himself a free, and Gortnahoe will be happy to take that one.
No, he's played very well, obviously. He's been marking Kieran Bergen there since Kieran Bergen came out centre forward, but he seems to be getting the better of that hustle over the last few minutes anyway. But yeah, some Gortnahoe have some very excellent performances there in the backline. Obviously, and McCarthy's been a standout performance there from a defender's point of view. But yeah, I think a line ball here from Gortnahoe. Or free.
So the free is going to be taken back there by Barneville, the man who won the free from what I can remember, and he's going to take this one.
You still think Gortnahoe are going to need a goal to bring this game back in and actually win it?
And they have time, they'll feel. That one again doesn't sound like it was a connection he would have liked, and it's batted away there. It's great to see a bit of batting still in the game. Batted down. But Gortnahoe managed to pick up the possession again. Left down inside, Tommy Duggan. Tommy Duggan turns, doesn't go as far as he would have liked, but it does go to a man in a red jersey. That man was Fahy. Fahy lets it in dangerously, but there's just not enough men in red jerseys in there. Tian was standing out, we'll say, in the centre forward position as opposed to maybe the full forward where he would have liked him. But it's been turned over and locked down inside, and Barneville is back there. Barneville is back there with the freedom of Littleton now at his disposal. Decides to give that up inside. Who's he looking for? He's looking for Tian again. Tian just bounces past him. Inside towards Ronan Tian now. Ronan Tian though isn't quickest to react there, and back there was Owen O'Connell, it looked like. O'Connell then cleared it up right as far as Doyle. Doyle in plenty of time and space. The man who's got the goal. Dropping this in top of Bubbles. Bubbles tried to go up out with his hand. Doesn't manage to get on there. Brilliantly defended back there. Great defended there by Davy Nolan back there. Davy Nolan still drives him into the corner, and it's going to be a line ball out if there's such a thing.
No, yeah, Davy Nolan seems after settling there on Bubbles. Obviously, the start of the second half, he was in a bit of butter with the ball going in, but he's definitely after holding him there for the last two balls anyway.
So both fullbacks, Paddy Codd has been brilliant back there for Killenuale. He stopped the last chance there a few minutes ago, and Davy Nolan, of course, has been good on Bubbles all day as well. So both fullbacks doing well today. So another stoppage here. Not sure what we're even stopping for at the moment, to be honest with you, but
line ball Gortnahoe, I think, yeah.
And Barneville is down there for Gortnahoe, trying to set up for the line ball. There's a bit of an argument. Barneville it's actually they're taking their time. A bit of confusion here, but I think it's eventually going to be a 65.
Tricky one now, obviously out on the sideline against the wind into that breeze. So this will test Kieran's free taking ability for sure.
He has 6 already and a 1 from play. He won't be in any hurry to take this, you'd imagine. Here he goes. Not an easy angle. And into the breeze. Here he goes. Kieran O'Dwyer, left hand side, puts it high, so even if it goes wide it's going to be hard to get this back. Where's it going? They have a good long look at that when it goes between the sticks over the bar. Killenuale just tick a little bit further away from Gortnahoe.
Yeah, they're staying at 3 or 4 points ahead of Gortnahoe the whole time. As we said, Gortnahoe are probably going to need to go at some stage to get back into this game, because Killenuale seem to be able to, every time Gortnahoe get a score, Killenuale go back to the other side of the field and get a score as well.
And if you're just joining us late, in theory, both teams, if everything stays as it is between Ballina and Sean Tracy, both teams will go through here. So both sets of supporters should be leaving here happy. I'm not sure will that actually happen, but we'll see how the ball goes out over the sideline. And it's going to be another line ball. Plenty of line balls in this game. As James mentioned a few times, this pitch is slightly narrower than a few of the other pitches around the county, but we're getting to see lots of line balls being taken anyway.
Yeah, and the last few balls out have gone into the Gortnahoe full forward, and they're not getting much of a return out of them compared to the way they started the last quarter. But the last few balls now have come in, the Killenuale full back line have come out with them. See, Joe Dwyer seems to be sitting in a deeper position, maybe giving him some protection, so he's come out with a good few balls now, and he's taking the sideline here as well.
And here comes O'Dwyer now. Oh, Dwyer doesn't get the connection he would like to their own team. His quickest to react where it goes straight back to Dwyer, and O'Dwyer has it again. Looks up and plays that down. Barneville has it though. The referee goes back though. Was there a late tackle came in there? We're going to go back, I imagine, from where this original incident took place. It looked like, and he looks like he's stopping his clock though. The crowd here will be happy to hear he definitely hit his watch there, so we'll be stopped for a few minutes so they can take all they want here. Really, and it won't affect the overall time.
Yeah, we'll see the experience on Killenuale trying to wind down the clock. Obviously they play a good bit of football and they're used to kind of maybe, but they have that 5-point lead now, so they'll try to take the time over all these frees and sidelines, which will eat into the clock from a Gortnahoe's point of view.
And it's going to be Jonathan Gleeson of Killenuale going to take this. One of their players there receiving a bit of attention just there on the edge of your screen, but it's going to be Gleeson to take this one. And you're imagining he'll drop this around, try to get Bubbles or Kieran Borgan or one of those into. Actually, they've changed free taker again now. Yeah, they're really playing down the clock here, and it's going to be O'Dwyer who's going to take this again. Here he comes. Dropping, he gets plenty of distance on that. That one is dropping dangerously. Bubbles is watching it. A hand goes up, it drops to Killenaule, and the shot comes in. There was maybe a goal on there. Owen O'Connell went with the point. Maybe the number 5 in his back tells you all you need to know about his shooting ability, but there was a goal chance there.
Yeah, and again, their scoring efficiency, they don't need much space up on that side of the field to actually get those scores compared to maybe Gortnahoe this side of the field.
And it bounces again dangerously in there, but there's enough Killenaule men back there to make light of that situation. Tackle around the neck, the referee let's play on. Hand pass goes out, the referee decides actually it was a tackle of the wreck. He was trying to give the advantage. There was no advantage accruing, and it's going to be a free out.
Yeah, and again, this free they'll probably take a while now taking this free, so it'll eat into the clock again. But yeah, they're being clever enough here now. Every time they get a scoring opportunity, they seem to be taking it, and their defence team as well on top of Gortnahoe now, especially in the second half.
And here we go again with this free again. It's O'Dwyer again, probably a similar destination he's hoping for with this one. It's dropping. Borgan is there waiting for the break. Bubbles is there. Bubbles turns, shoots. Oh, the shot was half blocked, half hooked. Either way, it went harmlessly out. I think it was a 65.
Yeah, he glided in there. I think he lost his marker, David Nolan, there for that high ball and seemed to grab it out of the air. But yeah, 65 here again for Kieran O'Dwyer. But again, should be no problems. Compared to what we've seen so far in this game, he seems to be quite capable of scoring all these frees. Yeah,
absolutely. He again won't be in any hurry to take this one. 115 to 12 points. It's healthy enough lead, and there's not a huge amount of time left in this one. Comes O'Dwyer into the breeze, and the breeze has actually just kicked up a small bit in the last 10 or 15 seconds. That's not going to help him, but is he going to make light of that? Yes, he is. That couldn't have been more direct and straight between the posts, and another good one from Dwyer.
Yeah, he's like, I think that's his 6 or 7 from frees. Obviously, there's 65 and 1 from lasers. He's had a massive impact on this game. But yeah, they seem to be doing enough. The surge they got in after the last water break seems to have been quenched by Killenaule. So I'd say they see this game out, no problem.
Yeah, bread and butter stuff at this stage for Killenaule, it looks like, but they're still fighting. There's Gortnahoe haven't given up on this one. And there we go. There's the final whistle. They kind of snuck up on us a little bit more quicker than we expected. And just before we analyse this one for a little bit, the final score in the other Seamus O'Rian one was Ballina 422, Sean Tracy's 112. So Ballina really put the boot down there, and they finished third in the group now. Sean Tracy's are finished fourth. Killenaule topped this group with Gortnahoe going through his second place. So no huge surprise, maybe Ballina, their margin of victory is probably the biggest surprise there, but does change things a little bit, I suppose. But everyone here goes home happy, I suppose, is the main thing to take away from it.
Gortnahoe obviously still go through. They'll have some stuff to work on. Gortnahoe played very well today. Just obviously the few scoring opportunities at both the start of the first half and the start of the second half seemed to cost them. Definitely the start of the second half there, they had a huge amount of scoring opportunities, but didn't seem to take many of them at all compared to when Killenaule went up the field. They had 1, 2 or 3 scored all of a shot there, but no, they'll still be happy enough. Obviously they've got a huge amount of work with there today. Obviously we've seen Killenaule over the last couple of years. We've seen what they can do. They can compete at the top table with the likes of Thurles Arches and Killenuale. They'll have no issue playing any of those teams. I said they've qualified now from the Oreen Cup, and they're also in the Dan Breen prelim qualifier, so they'll be on a high from a Killenaule point of view.
Absolutely. I suppose both teams, though, as we know, are not out of this. We said Killenaule playing football again next week. Killenaule have plenty of hurling ahead of them and football ahead of them. It depends on how that result goes. How do you prepare now going into the knockout stages? This is uncharted territory in some ways for the likes of Gortnahoe Glengoole, playing senior hurling, playing knockout senior hurling. They probably have got a bit of experience from getting to the intermediate knockout stages the last couple of years. But how do they approach going into the knockout stages of senior hurling?
Yeah, they'll take great confidence in how they've played over the last couple of years, and especially how they've played this year. Obviously, we've seen enough from them today, so they can compete with anyone in the Netherine Cup. So I definitely fancy Gortnahoe's chances that they could meet Killenuale again in this competition if they cross wires, because Killenuale or Gortnahoe will definitely fancy their chances beating a lot of the Oreen Cup teams that have come out in that group. I'm not actually sure who are the other top seeds. I know St Mary's and Cashel are the other kind of maybe favourites for this competition, but based on what I've seen today from Gortnahoe point of view, they're well capable of beating either of those teams if they cross paths.
Absolutely. The thoughts there of James Barry. Thanks very much for your company here today. What turned out to be a fairly, I suppose, straightforward enough victory for Killenaule in the end. Gortnahoe Glengoole also go through there, so both sets of supporters go home happy. I've been Paul Jenkins. Thanks very much for your company. Thanks to Noel on camera. Thanks to Kieran and Raf back in base. Thanks very much, and we'll be back, of course, next week with more coverage on Tipperary TV.
Have you heard about the incredible prizes in the new Tipperary GA Clubs draw? A €500,000 prize fund featuring cars to be won every month, loads of cash and holidays. And if you ever dreamed of being a racehorse owner, now's your chance.
Hi everyone, Rachel Blackmore here. I have a passion for horse racing, just like you all have a passion for GAA. In the new Tipperary GAA Club Draw, starting on the 1st of October, there's an amazing prize to be won. It's a racehorse called Sean Hogan, who's in training with Mouse Morris. If you are the lucky winner, you'll get to pick the racing colours for Sean Hogan. You'll also get to take home all his prize money. There's a Renault car there to be won as well, so you'll have no excuses to go racing and cheer him on. There's cash and car prizes to be won every month, so this really is a fantastic prize. So I'd really encourage everyone to show their support and sign up today.
The Tipperary GAA Clubs draw. You have to be in it to win it.